Morning student, myself Prabhu Kumar Malik. First of all, welcome to my video channel. Today we will learn a new chapter whose name is unitary method. In previous class, just like in class 6 or class 5, already we have solved a lots of problems regarding unitary methods. But in this class, we will study it in different way, that is in different process. So first of all, we will clear the fundamental thing about unitary method. What is the meaning of unitary method? So unitary method means, unit means what? Unit means one. That means the unitary method is the method to find out the value of unit things. Unit means ones. That means when we find out the value of one thing, that is known as the unitary methods. That means the method in which we can find out or we will find out the value or the cost of one thing is known as unitary methods. So students, from one example, let us start our study. Okay students, so first let us take an example. Suppose the cost of 5 pens is how much? 50 rupees. Then what is the cost of 7 pen? So to solve these problems, we have to follow the unitary method. That means there is no formula to find out the cost of 7 pen from 5 pens. First of all, we have to find out the cost of 1 pen, and after that we have to find out the cost of 7 pen. So in previous classes, what we have done, that we have to find out the cost of 7 pen. That means given thing is the cost of 5 pen is 50 rupees. So the cost of 5 pen is rupees 50. So the cost of 1 pen is how much? 50 by 5 is equals to 10 rupees. Yes or no? And now you will find out the cost of 7 pen. So the cost of 7 pens is 10 rupees into 7 equal to 70 rupees. So this is the method. Normally in this way we have already calculated. But now in class 7 we will do this type of problem in different way. So what is that way? So here, to start this chapter in a different way, first of all we have to know a term, new term, which is known as variations. So first of all we will know about what is variations. Variation means what? So first of all, starting from the definitions. Variation. If the change of one quantity causes the change of other quantity, then both quantity are in variation. That means if we have two quantities such that if we increase the value of one quantity, then if other value also increase or decrease. That means if we change the value of one quantity, if other quantity will also change, then we can say that both the quantities, that means two quantities, are in variations. For an example, this is one of the examples. Then if we change the number of pens, that means first of all it is given that the cost of 5 pen is 50 rupees. That means when we change the number of pens, that means if we buy so 7 pen or 8 pen or 10 pen or 2 pen, that means we have changed the number of pens, then definitely the cost will change. So here the number of pens and the cost are in variations. Okay students, so according to the definition, if we change the one quantity, if we change the value of one quantity, then if other quantity also change, then we can say that two quantities are in variations. Okay student, now the variation is two types. One is direct variations and another one is inverse variations, or sometimes we can say that indirect variations. So it is two types. One is direct variation, second is indirect variation, or sometimes we can say that it is inverse variations. Okay student, so what is the difference between these direct variations and indirect variations? So first of all, we will read it from the definitions of the direct variation and indirect variations and their difference. So now you will read about the direct variation. Direct variation. That means if we increase one quantity, then if other quantity also increase, or if we decrease one quantity, if other will also decrease, then the variation is known as direct variation. So that means if we increase one quantity, suppose we have increased one quantity, then other quantities also increase. That is, for an example, if the cost of 5 kg apple is 200 rupees, then if we increase the value of the volume of the apple, that means if we buy, suppose 10 kg apples. Suppose here we will take some examples. So let the cost of 5 kg apple is 200 rupees. Okay student, so now if we change the volume of the apple, that means if we find out the more volume of apples, suppose 7 kg apple, the cost of 7 kg apple, do you think that the cost will increase or decrease? Definitely, if we buy more apple, then we have to pay more rupees. Okay student, so the cost of 7 apple is more than 200 rupees. We do not have to find out what is the value of 7 kg apples. Only we have to think that what will be the cost of 7 kg apples. Already it is given that 5 kg apple is equal to 200 rupees. So now only we have to think that if we buy 7 kg apple, then we have to pay more than 200 or less than 200. That means definitely everybody can say that if we buy more apple, then we have to pay more rupees. Similarly, the cost of 3 kg apple is definitely less than 200 rupees. That means if we buy less apple, then definitely we have to pay less rupees. Okay student, so here the conclusion we can write that more apple, more cost. More cost, and less apple, less cost. So it is direct variation. Direct variation. Okay, student. So I hope you have understood what is the meaning of direct variations. Okay, student. So the cost and the volume, that is, or we can say that the weight and the cost are direct variations. Similarly, we can say that if 10 people can do 3000 bricks per day, then definitely if we assign more people, okay student, suppose we can say that 10 people can do 3000 bricks in a day. That means if we assign 15 people, that means then what will the result? They will do 3000 bricks or more than 3000 bricks or less than 3000 bricks. Definitely we can say that if we assign more people, then definitely they will do more bricks. And if we assign less people, then they will definitely do less bricks. Okay student? So here we can write that more people, more work, and less people, less work. So it is direct variation. Okay student. So here if we increase the number of people, definitely the number of bricks will increase. Here we have used two quantity, one is number of people and here another one is number of bricks. So if we increase the number of people, then definitely the number of bricks will increase. In similar way, if we decrease the number of people, then definitely the number of bricks will decrease. So it is the example of direct variations. So direct variations is if we increase one quantity, then definitely other quantity will increase. And if we decrease the one quantity, then it causes the decrease of another. It is known as direct variations. Okay student, now you will read about the indirect variations and their examples. Indirect variations. So what is the meaning of indirect variations? Here if we increase same things but in different directions. If we increase one quantity, then if other quantity will decrease. And if we decrease one quantity, if other will increase, then both quantities are known as indirect variation. Or sometimes it is known as inverse variations. What is inverse variations? So indirect variation and inverse variations are synonym to each other. Sometimes we can write that it is indirect variations or we can write that it is inverse variations. So what is the meaning of these things? So if we increase first quantities, then it causes the decrease of other quantities. So for example, suppose 10 people can do a work in 5 days. Okay student, suppose here example, 10 people can do a work in suppose 15 days. How many days? 15 days. Here if we here two both quantity are which quantity is given? First quantity is number of people and another quantity is number of days. Okay, student. So here we assigned two quantities. First quantity is number of people and another quantity is number of days. So now think, student, if we assign more people, then they will finish this work in 15 days or less than 15 days or more than 15 days. Okay, student. So what will the answer? If we assign, suppose 15 people can do that work in how many days? Think, we do not find the answer. Only we will think that it will be more than 15 days or less than 15 days. So if we assign 15 people, that means we have assigned more people. Then definitely they will finish the work in less days. Okay, student. So 15 people can do it in less than 15 days. Okay, student. Here we have increased the first quantities, which causes the decrease of second quantities. Okay, student. So if we assign suppose 8 people, so what do you think? So if 8 people will do that work, then they will complete that work in 15 days or more than 15 days or less than 15 days. Definitely, if we assign 8 people, that means less than 10 people, definitely they will finish that work in more than 15 days. So more than 15 days. So this type of things, look at, student. So when we increase here, the number of people increase. Here we can see that what we have done, that increase, and here the result is decrease. Okay, student. And here we have decreased. Okay, so result is increase. So this type of variation is known as the inverse variations or indirect variations. Okay, student. So now in this we have cleared about the indirect variations and the direct variations. Now we will do some questions regarding this indirect as well as direct variation. But in class 7 only we have to complete the direct variation problems. In indirect variations or inverse variation questions are in class 8. So we will only do the direct variation problems. Okay, student? So while we solving some problems, we have to keep two things in our mind. First is two important things. Two important things. Okay, student. First is we have to write the statement in such a way that the quantities we want to find will be at the end of the statement. Okay, student. So here we can do the sum where there are more than 2 quantities, maybe 3 quantities or maybe 4 quantities, but we have to write the statement in such a way that which quantity we want to find, that quantity should be at the last of the statement. We have to write that statement in this way. Okay, student. And second thing is one very important formula for the unitary method: more things to find to get more, we have to multiply. To get more, we have to multiply, and to get less, we have to important things. When we want to get more, the cost of or the value of more things, then we have to multiply. And when we want to find out the get the less things, that we have to divide. Okay, student. So this is very important things, and we have to keep it in your mind. So now we will do some questions. Okay, student. Some questions I am writing here, and this is very important. To get more, we have to multiply, and to get less, we have to divide. Okay, student. Now I am writing some examples, and we will solve that problems. So example 1. If 50 men can do a road of 4 kilometers, a road of 4 kilometers long, in 20 days, then what length of road can be done by 80 men in 30 days. Okay, student. Here we can see that we are using in these questions, there are 3 quantities. First is number of men, and second was 4 kilometers long, and third one is 20 days. Okay, student. In second statement, what the length of the road, that means the length of road is not given, and we have to find the value of the length of the road. And the thing is given, 80 number of men is given, and number of days given. That means in the first of all, we have to write the statement in such a way that whatever we want to find out the value, we have to write the things at the last of the statement. Okay, student. That means here question is asked to find out the length of the road. That means we have to write the statement in such a way that the length of the road will be at the last. Okay, student. So here we will write that in such a way. Look here how I am writing. So here length of the road will be at the last. So now we are writing it length of a road. Okay, student. And another 2 quantities are number of men and number of days. Okay, student. And the length of the road we want to find. So first statement in the questions, it is given that 50 men can do the length of the road is 4 kilometers in how many days? Sorry, number of days here it is given that 20 days. 20 days, and the length of the road is how much? 4 kilometers. Sorry, 4 kilometers. Okay, student. Now here, first of all, we have to first compare the number of men and the length of the road. So think about this, student. So if the number of people will increase, then what will happen, or what it causes? The length of the road. Then definitely the length of the road will increase. More people, then definitely they will do the more length of the road. Okay, student. So definitely they will do the road having more length. Okay. So here I am writing length of a road 4 kilometers. 4 kilometers. Okay, student. Now one by one we have to find out the value of one things. Okay. So first of all, we have to compare the number of men with length of the road. So more men, more road, more length of road, and less men, less length of road. So here when we find out one man, So definitely less man, less length of road. So for our problem, our formula is less. We have to do divide, and more we have to do multiply. Multiply. This is our formula. We have to always use it. So here we have find out to less men. So here we can say that less men, less work. Okay, student, less work. So here we have to find the length of the road will decrease. So for getting less, we have to do division. So one man 20 days. How many? 4 by 50 kilometers. Okay, student. Now again we have to find out 1 days. So it will now here when we compare the number of days with the length of the road. That means if we give less time, then they will finish less work, and if we give more time, then definitely the more work will be finished. Okay, student. So here we can write that less time, less work. Okay, student. So less time, less work. So what will the result? 1 man, 1 days, 4 by 50 into 20 kilometers. Okay, student. So now here we have to find out 80 men and in 30 days. So 80 men. Now 80 men. What will the result? More men. So more work. So we can write that 80 men, 1 days, 4 by 50 into 20 into 80. Okay, student. So because we have here multiplied. Why multiplied? So more men, more work. Okay, student. More work. So getting more, we have to multiply. So we have done here multiplication. So 80 men in how many days? 30 days. Okay, student. So more days, more work. Again we have to write that more men, more work. Okay. So what we have to do? 4 by, so result is what? 4 by 50 into 20 into 80 into 30. The result is 0, 0, 0, 0 cancelled. So 4 into 8 into 3 divided by 5 into 2. The result is what? So here we can find out the result. What will the result? 4 into 80 into 30 divided by 50 into how much? 20. Okay, student. So 0, 0 cancelled. Again 0, 0 cancelled. 2, 4 divided by 2. So the result is how much? 8 into 3, 24 into 2, 48 by 5. Okay, 48 by 5 kilometer. So as a result, we can convert these things in decimal. So what will the result? When we convert these things in decimal, then it will be 48 divided by 5. 5 9s are 45. 3 again decimal point 30. So 9.6. Hence we can write the final statement. So 9.6 kilometer road can be done by 80 men in 30 days. Very simple thing, students. Only the direct variation problem will come in your examinations in class 7s. We do not have to write in indirect variations. Only we have to know that what is indirect variations and some example of indirect variations. But we will do the problems belong to the direct variations. Okay, student. So let's do some other questions. So suppose, student, in ICSE question number 7, page 92. So student, I am following the books of ICSE, and if you are following the CBSE board, you are belongs to CBSE board, then there is no problems. You can solve the questions from the using this method only. Okay, student. So there is no problems. Okay, you can do the different questions or any questions from your books. No problems. Fundamental thing is same. Okay, student. So let us start. Suppose if 12 carpenter can make 460 chairs in 24 days. In 24 days, working 6 hours a day. Okay, student. Then how many chairs? How many chairs can be made by 18 carpenter, by 18 carpenters in 36 days. In 36 days, working 8 hours. Working 8 hours a day. Okay, student. Here, how many quantities in these questions? So, first of all, number of people or number of carpenters. Second quantity is 460 chairs. Third, 24 days. And fourth is 6 hours per day. So, here 4 quantities is given. And we have to find out in the second statement what it is asked. Then how many chairs? That is number of chairs is asked. So, we have to find out the value of number of chairs. That means we have to write the number of chairs at the last of the statement. Okay, student? So, number of chairs is not given, and number of people is 18 carpenters and 36 days and 8 hours per day. So, we have to write at the last? The number of chairs. Okay, student? So, now number of people 1. Second is we have to write the number of chairs at the last. So, now number of days, then hours per day. Okay, student? And now number of chair. Okay, student? So, here we can write that number of people. What is given? That 12 number of people. Okay, 12 people. Number of days is 24 days, and time is hour per day 6 hour. And number of chair is 460. Okay, student? Okay. So now we have to first find out 1 people. So we have to compare the number of people with number of chairs. So one thing is that if we assign more people, then definitely they will complete more chair. So more people, more chair, less people, less chair. So here we have to find, we have assigned the less people. So less people, less chair. So 12 people, 24 days, 6 hours. How many? 460 divided by 12. Because less people, less chair. Okay. And our formula, less divide and more multiply. Okay, student? Now again 1 people 1 days and 6 hours. Okay students, so here we have to compare the number of days with number of chairs. That means if we assign more time, then definitely more work will be finished. So more time, more days, more chair, less days, less chair. So here we have find out the for the 1 day, that means less days, so less days, less chair. So that means we have to again divide 460 divided by 12 into 24. So because here we have to write less days, less chair. Okay student, now again we have to 1 people 1 people 1 days. Now we have to compare the number of days, hours per days with number of chairs. That means if anybody will do more time work, then definitely you will finish more work. Okay student, so more time, more work, less time, less work. So here 1 hour, how the result will be 460 divided by 12 into 24 into 6, because less time, less work. Okay student, so now again one by one we have to put the value of, find out the value of 18 carpenters, 36 days and 8 hours. Okay student, so now here 1 people 1 days 1 hour, so result is 460 divided by 12 into 24 into 6. Okay, chair. 1 people 1 days 1 hour. Okay student, now we will find out the value by 18 carpenters, 18 people. Okay student, so now we have given more people, that is more people, more work. So 1 days 1 hour, the result is 460 divided by 12 into 24 into 6 into how much? 18. So because more people, more work. Okay student, now 18 people, how many days? 36 days, 36 days, 1 hour equal to, the result is 460 into 18 divided by 12 into 24 into 6. Here also you can write that more work, more days, more work. Okay student, so now again 18 people, 36 days, how many hours per day? 8 hours. So 8 hours, the result equal to how much? 460 into 18 into how much? 8 divided by 12 into 24 into 6. Okay student, 18 into 36. Where is 36? I have not written here 36. So here 18 into 36 into 8. Okay student, so now you will solve this, simplify these things. The result will be how much? The result is how much? 460 into 18 into 36 into 8 divided by 12 into 24 into 6. So what will be the result? First of all, 8 3s are 24, again 12 3s are 36 and 3 cancels. Okay student, now 6 18 3. Okay student, the result is how much? 300, 3 6 are 18, 8 carry 1, 3 4 are 12, 1 13. So 1380. Okay student, so 1380 will be the answer. Okay student, so if 12 carpenter can make 460 chairs in 24 days, working 6 hours per day, then 1380 chairs can be made by 18 carpenters in 36 days and working 8 hours per day. So we can write the final statement. What we will write the final statement? So 1380 chairs can be made by how much people? 18 carpenter in 36 days. In how many days? 36 days. 36 days working 8 hours per day. Okay, student? So we have done here 2 examples. So one from your book exercise and one from the examples. Okay, student? Now we have completed the chapters unitary method. This chapter is not so hard chapter, and we have already done this type of problems in previous classes. Okay, student? So only we have to write some things that more people, more work. So one thing very important, students, more people always more work. Okay, so more people or more work, more time, more work. So they are direct variations. Only the problems from the direct variations will come in your class, in your exam. Okay, student? So I hope that you have understood these things properly. So at last my humble request to all of you that please, students, so watch the video properly, otherwise it will be too difficult for you. So in future class, in class 8, we will learn these things. In direct variation already we have learned here, and in class 8 also we will do the problems of the direct variations as well as the indirect variations, and the chain rule also we will read, in which the both direct and indirect variation will apply. Okay, student? I hope you have understood these things properly. So my humble request to all of you that please watch the video properly and completely, so that you can understood these things properly. Okay, student? So thank you for watching my video, and at last I want to say you, if any type of problems will arise or any type of doubt will arise, then please call me in this number. My mobile number is 8249046718. Also you can comment me in comment box. So please try to write some comments to me, and if any problem will arise, then you can also write your questions in comment box. Okay, student? So last of all, my request to all of you, please, if you like my video, please subscribe the channels and press the bell icon, so that when I upload any other video, then you can get the notification. So student, at last, thank you for watching my video. Bye bye.